A very good evening to all in all present in the webinar on YouTube live channel. As every day, our webinars goes live on YouTube ICSI channel, and we are pledged to bring something realistic, something innovative, something thought-provoking every time daily when we come with a new webinar. And as you know that Fridays are always dedicated towards reinstate women rights. So for today's webinar, again, a very eminent personality, Dr. SUMA HASALKAR ji is with us, and she is going to present a very interesting, at the same time thought-provoking topic, that is role of education in bringing sustainable environment practices in education. We know that education is incomplete without the different aspects of knowledge and different aspects of our society, our ecosystem, the entire universe, that is going to help in sustaining our life, our planet Earth, and also our environment. And as we have touched different components like waste to resource management, water management, so all these things, when we start incorporating in our education system, only then we can bring sustainable things into our environmental practices. And to stress onto this and to talk onto this in a very elaborative manner, ma'am is with us. To begin with, I'm just showing few quick slides of ICSI as I do daily. And let's begin this journey with Dr. SUMA HASALKAR ji. Before I'll invite her in front of all of you, let's just see what is there in the webinar series in the coming days with ICSI. So we are a link between 31 million, or I should say approximately 32 million overseas Indians, overseas NRIs, and other different aspects of Indian community that is residing all over the world. So I welcome them also, and I'm thankful to everyone that they are putting their best of efforts in bringing best of the education possible to the mankind, to humanity. We are dedicated towards services, and at the same time, we want to thank Colonel K.C. Menon sir, who is our regional advisor, South India. And this is his effort that every Friday, these webinars are possible towards women rights, reinstate women rights on different topics, which is related with education, educators, youth, and also women rights, some or the other part, because our ultimate aim is to take care of everything, of youth, of educators, of women empowerment as well, clubbing everything into making education relevant, big umbrella. And we believe that education is complete in its all aspects of education is a kind of a service to the human, to the mankind, whether it is given by teachers, whether it is taken by youth, whether it is being brought in through the service industry, in skills, research, technology, MSME, health, wellness, water management, women empowerment. Ultimately, the main maqsad is to make our India Atmanirbhar Bharat. And as we are nowadays celebrating Amrit Kal, that is, we are completing 75 years of India's independence on 15th August. So our entire webinars, entire programs, our approaches are dedicated towards this Amrit Mahotsav and making India Atmanirbhar Bharat. And we believe our action plans are towards, as I have told, towards education, skills, MSME, entrepreneurship, and employment. And we believe Shiksha, Kaushalta, Udyamita can only bring Atmanirbhar Bharat concept well through. We are very fortunate that we are under the able direction of a man, our Director General, Sir Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, whose brainchild is the first finishing school for service industry in India. He has brought it in way back 1994, and we have provided different kind of skills development from that time only, which is even today a very, very important topic, because skills and innovations are keywords that is being there for the education and for the educators. And we have started way back in 1994 onto this. And also during pandemic times, though we have trained so many youth and teachers from this finishing school in these days and years and long period, but in pandemic times, we have converted this finishing school into inspirational lab and goes on the digital concept. See, the effort should not be stopped. The ways and the process can change. So we have tried to change our pedagogies, our methodologies. If the time is demanding to go digital, we will go digital, but things should not be stopped. The empowerment should not be stopped. And this is the glimpses of our website that you can see. And our website shows it. This is the main homepage of our website, where we are dedicating our entire efforts towards making education relevant, preparing global teachers. Because the time demands that teachers and the educators should not be limited to the boundaries, to the regions. They should be opening their boundaries, expanding their limits, and to become the global educators. These are the glimpses of our tomorrow program, because each day we are holding this webinars from Monday to Sunday on different aspects. So today we are bringing one aspect of education. Tomorrow you can have your session with Dr. Parmeshwar Arora ji at 7 p.m. where he will educate us on Ayurvedic remedies for global wellness through health and wellness tourism. Health and wellness tourism through Ayurveda. So we will take you to Parmeshwar Arora ji at 7 p.m. It's a very interesting session. And again, as our Saturdays are dedicated towards Northeast India education ecosystem, educators empowerment and youth empowerment, I want to tell that we are bringing a very innovative and interesting session tomorrow for you. We have taken this initiative that we are holding 1 month complimentary online training program for Northeast India youth. And tomorrow you will see them, all those students along with Professor Pant Sahab, on the common platform, where they will ask their queries and sir will answer that. And the topic of discussion for tomorrow will be learning how to learn, an important 21st century skill. So you will be hearing all these, listening all these things, viewing all these things live on YouTube channel tomorrow. But today is today, and today is a beautiful Friday. Or जैसे हम कहते हैं कि in North India we are celebrating Navratras, so today is Saptami. So I wish everyone that also, and believe that whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Always trust in your belief system, always trust in you. And if you have a dedication, passion, perception in you, perseverance, then anything and everything can be possible. And I'm thankful to everyone, those who are writing us continuously on our emails, giving us suggestions. And with your suggestions, we are bringing many changes in our program. So do write to us on jsmotivator@icsi.asia, and do send your suggestions on the WhatsApp also. The WhatsApp number is given. And with this, we have completed 1,528 webinars. So this is possible because of your love, your support, all our viewers, all our team members, and all our resource persons. So we are a big global family. And I want that everybody who is joining for the first time, do subscribe, like, share, and comment in the live chat box. And today is our 1529th webinar, which we are doing with Dr. SUMA HASALKAR ma'am. She's a retired professor and head Department of Family Resource Management, College of Community Science, University of Agriculture Science from Karnataka. And we are glad that we are with her. And now I'm just stop sharing my slide so that we can welcome ma'am. Ma'am, a very good evening, namaste, and we are glad that you are here. We welcome you, ma'am. The entire ICSI family welcomes you. Please unmute your mic. Ji. Ma'am, I'm so sorry. Your voice is not audible to us. There's some kind of a disturbance in that. Nahi, ma'am. You are saying, but we cannot hear that. If you can check the mic connections, ma'am. Many times the mic connection is not proper. Maybe you can put out the wire and reinsert it in the laptop or maybe the system which you are using. No, ma'am, it is not audible. Ma'am, some noise is coming, but your voice is not coming.
Hello?
Hanji, ma'am, please say something so that we can check.
Can you hear me?
Your voice is coming, but with a disturbance.
Wait a minute, I'll check. Can you hear me now?
It is coming very low, ma'am. It is coming very low. No worries. You can check and then we can start. No worries. No, ma'am, we cannot hear you. Without these, we can hear you a bit without this, but with this, we cannot hear you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in conversation with Dr. SUMA HASALKAR ma'am, and she has a good amount of experience in this field of environmental studies. And by the time ma'am is coming, I'm again sharing my slide so that we can get away with our topic that we are taking today. That is the role of educators in bringing sustainable environment practices in education. And I've told when we talk about environment, so it is not just we are talking about the physical or the social or the economical. There's many kind of environment, but the natural environment, the ecosystem that we are surrounded with, and how to sustain that with the help of educators and the youth, that is a challenge. And we should bring it from the very beginning of our education ecosystem. And that's why government has also initiated this efforts that they have bringing the environmental studies into practices, into regular education, and also in the school systems and higher education. So all these things will be taken care by ma'am. Ma'am, we cannot hear you still. Your voice is not reaching us. No, ma'am. Ma'am, if I can suggest you, if you can do without these earphones, I think there's some a problem with the earphones, ma'am.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Haji, without the earphones, your voice is coming, but with your voice is coming bit low and with some disturbance.
Can you speak little louder? Can I use the mic? Can I use the mic and speak then? Can you hear me?
It is coming very low, ma'am.
Can I change the laptop, madam? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll just change the laptop and you will see.
Hanji, hanji, hanji.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no worries, ma'am. No worries. So till the time ma'am is back, let me just go through her experience and tell my audience that what all she has done. Uh, I'm talking about Dr. SUMA HASALKAR ji, and as she is a retired professor and head of the department, Family Resource Management, College of Community Science, University of Agriculture Science. So let's just see her experience. Let me tell something about her to my audience till the time she's getting back to us. So ma'am has 40 years of teaching, research and extension and administration experience. And she has, in terms of her academic credentials, she has number of courses that she has taught. Under graduate courses, she has taught different courses related to environmental sciences and also to the postgraduate students. And she has also done, to her credit, are some of the research achievements as well. Like she has handled number of research projects as a principal investigator and as a co-investigator. So she has a deep interest into this field as a researcher also. And she has attended several trainings in national and international forums. And obviously, because being from the education background, she is completely dedicated for trainings and conducting workshops and seminars. So there are a lot many things which is into her credit that she has brought. And also want to tell that ma'am, we would like to talk about that also from ma'am, that she is a good amount of experience of oncology, that is the science of cancer. So she has some good amount of knowledge into oncology as well. So we will take care of that also. And she has been into different institutes like Bangalore University, Bangalore, Mysore University, Mysore, then the Agriculture University of Hyderabad, Assam Agriculture University, Zohrat, and to her various fields of work, she not only taught and not only helped in the research work of students, and she herself is a researcher, but also she's into administrative works, and she has also set examination styles and summer training camps for various students and various colleges and various institutes. So this kind of a person, when comes on the platform with ample amount of knowledge, can guide us better, and can tell from the very primary knowledge base that they have about the fields. And our main motive of these webinars are ultimately to bring some or the other kind of a knowledge to be given to everyone, those who are listening to us, whether they are our teachers, those who are listening to us on YouTube Live, whether they are related to the education field in any aspect, whether they are youth, students, parents. So there's something for everyone. Now, since I have mentioned what ma'am has told, what ma'am has done to her experience, I would also like to now see that how many, I would like to go to YouTube channel and thanks all the people, those who have joined, and they are, what valuable views they are giving on live chat. Let me just take their names and thanks them, those who have joined. So we have with us Ajay Kundalji, Nyoi Nodu ma'am, then we have Sakshi with us, and then we have Mamta with us, and we have Mr. Bhagwat Kumar with us, and there are a couple of more people, those who are writing and praising ma'am. Many times it happens that we have planned for something and there is some kind of a delay into that, but no worries. The important thing is whatever we are doing or whatever we have come to achieve on the platform should be delivered in the best way. So let's just wait for ma'am. Let's just hope for the best that she will be going to join us in few minutes to talk about the environmental practices that should be brought in the education system by the educators. So that is something very important, and making education relevant. Please, I would request all my listeners, those who are watching us, listeners and viewers, those who are watching us on live YouTube chat, I'll ask a question to them and just write your views. It is not we are not judging anyone. Just give me your views on what do you think, what do you know about being sustainable. When we say, what is your opinion being sustainable eco practices, yeah, environmental practices? So what are your views? I would like to read it out, the best view or the few views that I get. Please write anything and everything you want to, but do give me some ideas of yours, that what is your opinion for being sustainable when we talk about our environment. So let's see who will answer my question first. I'm just asking, what do you mean by being sustainable? And in environment, so environment can be anything, like I have earlier told: social environment, economical environment, natural environment. So there can be a lot many other forms of environment, everything that is surrounding us. What do we mean by saying sustainable environment approach? तो आप प्लीज अपना आंसर हमें YouTube लाइव चैट में दीजिए, और मैं वो जरूर पढ़ना चाहूंगी और देखना चाहूंगी कि आपके सजेशंस क्या कहते हैं. Thank you so much. Sakshi ji likh rahe hain, student do not learn much just sitting in the class, listening to teacher, memorizing pre-packaged assessments and spitting out answers. So that is what sustainability environment for Sakshi. That's a very good viewpoint, Sakshi. I must say that yes, it is true that nowadays the scenario is earlier also we were thinking that students know much more than teachers, but now since pandemic has come and technology is going so advanced and remote education is possible nowadays. So yes, it is not about just interacting, it is not just about lecturing, it is more about connecting, it is more about understanding, it is more about how we comprehend or how we use our skills to connect with all our students, all the public, all the youth. And also she's writing that e-learning is changing and we will see new models, new technologies and designs. So let's drop the E or at least give it a new, wider definition. So that's a good view. I must compliment you, Sakshi. I would like to listen to more views on what is a sustainable environment for everyone. Do give me your views, and I think we can then deliberate and we can have good viewpoint onto that. Till the time Dr. SUMA HASALKAR ji is joining us. We have also been joined by Aru Murgam sir, and he is our regular viewer, one of the regular viewer, and his suggestions and his kind of motivation for us is very much important that he used to give in this sessions in the live chat. So I'm still waiting for my answer on sustainable environment, if anybody can give. And because ma'am is about to join, so you have ample amount of time. Even I come in between of the session to listen or to hear or to read out that whosoever has given their viewpoint on sustainable environment practices, do write on the live chat box so that we can share it during our webinar with ma'am. So ma'am,
Okay.
good evening.
Yeah. Can you hear me, madam?
Yes, it
Okay.
is loud and clear now.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
No, please don't say sorry.
Okay.
And we are happy to have you with us. And on behalf of all my viewers and ICSI team, I welcome to this webinar. Good
Okay,
evening.
ma'am. Good evening, madam. Can I start, madam?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay. As Dr. Chitra has introduced, I am Dr. Suma Hasalkar from University of Agricultural Sciences, Dharwad. And today I am speaking about the topic, she said, role of educators in sustainable environmental practices. It is such a big and vast subject, and I have to do it in even less than half an hour now because of some computer problems. Directly, I will go to some of my small slides I have prepared. Directly, I will go and share them with you so that it will be easy for you to understand and for me to continuously speak about it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah. As already said, the role of educators in bringing sustainable environmental practices in education. So in this subject, I think there are more than 3 or 4 aspects which we have to include. One is the educators themselves, and the second one is the sustainable environment and its practices, and the third one is environmental education. All these aspects we have to combine together and talk about it. The first thing I want to tell you is, what is educator? As the dictionary meaning says, educator is a person who does some education or who teaches. Okay, and from the framework point of view, if we say that education is something which is taught in schools, colleges, or universities, then it starts from year 3 or year 4 till around 30 years, if at all anybody is continuing his or her education. But other than that, as you all know, education starts from mother's womb only. So we always say that it is Matra Devo Bhava. And the educator, mother is the first educator, and the second educator, as far as I am concerned, is the Mother Earth, which means the environment. So both are the first educators for the livelihood of any living being, for that matter, human beings also. So keeping them in mind, what they can do as educators, whether it is Mother or Mother Earth or all other these formal educators, right from the primary school or the nursery school teacher to the university level educators. Other than that, we have informal educators. And as Chitra was speaking, we have youth educators, we have friends as educators. So many educators are there, and each and every person can be an educator as far as the environmental concerns are taken into consideration. So keeping them in mind, we are going to speak about the bringing sustainable environmental practices or sustainable environmental development aspects into the life. The first slide I'm showing it is the environment education for sustainable development and its practices. So what is this environmental education? Why it has to be done? Environmental education, we started speaking about environmental education, I think even less than 100 years back, even less than that, because until that, I think human being meddled with the environment in many different ways, and there were positive as well as negative ways also. So when it was positive ways, people never thought about the environment education, all those things. When we started, when experiencing the negative aspects of the environment, then a human being became alert and started speaking about the environmental education. And it started globally, where everywhere it started, and UNESCO is one of its kind. And they said environmental education is a way of implementing the goals of the environment protection. What are the goals of the environment protection and why we have to protect the environment? As educators, we should know that how and why we should protect the environment. We have to protect the environment just for our livelihood as well as the future generation, because we have heard about so many things about environmental degradation. For example, I think one or two examples which are of global concern I can give you is the depletion of the ozone layer, because of which the heat is increasing, because of which there are so many environmental problems we are facing, maybe untimely rains, floods, all those things. Even the icebergs are melting, all those things are happening. So what we have to think here is, UNESCO said that environmental education is not a separate branch of science. It is something which is part of life and which goes along with the life. And it is a very complex interdisciplinary subject. So environment is something where all science subjects or art subjects, all subjects come and merge together, whether it is economics or it is livelihood or it is the sociology or it is the science subjects. Everything are part of the environment education. Okay.
Ma'am, sorry
And
to interrupt. I'm
yeah.
really sorry to interrupt. I think we should move on to second slide. We are still on the first slide, the introductory one.
Yeah, I have only 2 or 3 slides. That's all.
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
many.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Okay. And then the second aspect is the sustainable development of the environment. And here it meets the needs of the present and without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. This is given by the World Commission on Environment and Development. And then coming to the UNESCO again, according to UNESCO's recent documents, the sustainable development is the ultimate goal of man and the environment relationship. This is what is most important, man and environment relationship, which has to be taken care of. And thus the whole education process should be reshaped for sustainable development. And here, the protection and improvement of the human environment is the major issue that affects the well-being of the people and also economic development throughout the world. And lastly, in this slide, I want to tell you, as far as environment education is concerned, the environment education for sustainable development framework refers to the paradigm conception of environment as a resource and to the conception of education as a technological information transfer process. And now coming to the concepts of education. This is the most important slide as far as educators are concerned.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt again. Actually,
Yeah.
I wanted, maybe I am not able to communicate the way. I want to tell that whatever you are telling us now, we cannot
Yeah.
see those slides. We are still on the first slide.
Now I have changed the slide.
No, ma'am, it is not changing actually.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No worries, ma'am.
How to share
Ma'am,
it?
just move on to, just put your cursor on second slide and then third slide, like that. You can
Yeah,
just put your cursor on second slide.
Okay, I'll go back. I have 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Previous slides are not moving. Previous.
No worries, ma'am. You can just
Yeah.
stop share and then share.
Reshare. Okay, then. Stop share. Then. Okay.
Then please share again, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, now we can see the conception of environment.
Okay. This is the second slide which I spoke about. Hopefully the speech is very clear, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
We can go to the third slide. Now I was speaking about the concepts of the environment actually. Here, as educators, how we should conceptualize the environment? In 6 ways, Lucy has given. In 6 ways, we can conceptualize the environment. One is environment as a nature, means a nature which has to be appreciated, respected, and preserved. Okay, this means that we should teach people that how the environment is and in what way we can preserve it, we can appreciate it, because we have to appreciate it because of the air it is giving, the water it is giving, so many things because of which we are alive. And we have to respect it, means that we have to preserve it. And in this can be done through many ways as educators, maybe through educational different strategies like exhibitions, taking people to the environmental areas, how the plants are grown, and in what way we get and how we get the oxygen. All those things we can do it through this, through understanding the environment as nature. And the second aspect, concept of the environment is environment as a resource. We should see the environment as a resource, and it has to be managed properly. When when we speak about resource, the main the characteristic of resource is it is limited always. So when the resource is limited, we have to manage, and we should see that no resource should get extinguished. Every resource should be made available for future generation also, including we as a present generation. In this, what I want to tell you is that the environment should help in the preserving the quality of our life, and we should manage it according to the principles of the sustainable development, where we can use the resources wisely and we can redevelop and reconsider the developing the available resources which are becoming lesser and lesser. For example, one resource which we can give an example is the fuel resource. Maybe it is petrol, coal, and all those things. And how we can manage it? Maybe alternative uses we have to think, or maybe alternative resources for the same purpose we have to think, like electricity for the vehicle. Like that, we have to think, and we have to use the environment as a resource, and we have to manage it properly. And the third concept of the environment is the as a problem, and which has to be solved. So what do you mean by the problem? Environment problems are the problems that we are experiencing, the threats we are experiencing to the environment. Maybe the first threat, maybe we can speak about the pollution, the degradation, all those things, and how we can stop these pollutions, how we can stop the degradation of the environment. That has to be kept in mind while, as educators, we have to keep in mind, and the education is to develop the skills of solving these problems. We have to develop the skills of solving these problems, and then we can protect our environment. And the fourth aspect of this is the environment as a place to live, because without environment, no living being can survive. So we have to see the environment as a place to live, and when we want that place to live, we have to take care of that environment. How we have to take care of that environment? We should avoid pollutions, we should avoid degradation of the environment, all those things by different steps. Maybe how we can avoid pollutions or deforestation, we can avoid, like planting trees, one of the things. Like that, we have to think how we can make it a better place to live rather than the depleting the environment. And the fourth concept of environment is, it is a biosphere in which we all living beings live together. It is, we have to take environment as a biosphere where we have to live, and we should also make other living beings survivable. So that, because no one living being can survive without the help or without the contact of the other living beings, whether it is microorganisms or macroorganisms, all are dependent on one another, and we should see that it will be sustained as a biosphere where all the living beings have their way of living and can live comfortably. And the last concept of the environment is, it should be taken as a community project. It is not that one individual can save the environment. It's not like that. It is a project which has to be taken as a community project, and which each and every individual should get involved. The educators should see that each and every individual gets involved in the project and will be saving or sustainably developing the environment. In this, one of the important aspect as a community living is that the 3 R's of environment protection. It is reduce, reuse, and recycle. It is all the resources. Use of a particular resource to a maximum extent should not be done so that the resource itself gets extinguished. This is about the concepts of environment. Now coming to the actions that have to be taken for the environmental protection. These include as an educator, I am going to read one by one. These include, first thing is, learn and practice new skills to identify and help solve the environmental challenges, because challenges are nothing but the problems or the issues that are being cropped up because of the wrong practices that we already done on the environment. This relates to the importance of people having awareness and sensitivity to, and also the personal connection with the environment. And the second point in this is participate in active sharing and collaboration with others to share and celebrate the learning, actions, and success. This relates to the importance of people having knowledge and understanding of the environment and environmental challenges and thinking of the future.
Ma'am,
This is yes.
we are still seeing your third slide. We have not moved.
Okay, okay. Then I have to stop, and again I have to go back. 1 minute.
You can start the slide share also, ma'am.
Slide share only have started. New slide share. Okay, I think. This one.
Slideshow mode.
Yeah. Does it?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Yeah. And the participate in active sharing and collaboration with others to share and celebrate learning, actions, and success. This relates to the importance of people having knowledge and understanding of the environment and environmental challenges and thinking for the future, because it is not only living for today, we have to think about the future generations who have to live in this on this earth comfortably. And the next point, which has the action that has to be taken care of, is grow knowledge and understanding of. As educators, we have to grow the knowledge and understanding of different perspectives of the environment and apply new thinking to the environmental challenges. And this relates to the importance of people having skills to identify and help resolve the environmental challenges. And the last aspect which the educators have to remember is the develop values and attitudes of concern for the environment while experiencing outdoor learning in the environment. This relates to the importance of value of community health and taking collective action. It is not that only inside learning, but it is about learning in the environment itself, going out of the classroom and learning about the environment. And the last slide I'm speaking about is the benefits of this sustainable environmental education, or environmental education for sustainable development. We can say that why we should do all these things is because as educators, we are going to increase the imagination and enthusiasm of the people for protection of the environment or sustainable development of the environment. And we can enhance the learning outside the classroom so that people or the students can learn outside the classroom about the environment, how the environment, what are the complexities of the environment, all those things. And the next one is the critical and creative thinking skills are definitely enhanced when you do the practical learning in the environment itself. And the tolerance and understandings are supported. When tolerance is nothing but the patience towards the environment. It is not that when like electronic good, when you switch on, the things will open, or when you switch off, it will be closed. Because we should have patience as far as the development, sustainable development of the environment is concerned. And when you do this practically, definitely the patience will increase. And the state and national learning standards are definitely met by multidisciplinary approach to the subject of the environment. Then biophobia and nature deficit disorders will decline. It is nothing but, biophobia is nothing but the fear or the threats of the environment. Because if you don't learn with the environment, definitely there will be phobia. Phobia is nothing but fear. And this phobia is about what will happen if the temperature increases like this. If the temperature increases from 40 to 50 to 60 like that, that phobia disorders will definitely decrease if each and every individual learns the environment protection and also learns the sustainable development of the environment. And the next benefit is the healthy lifestyles are definitely encouraged. communities will be definitely strengthened because of the environmental protection, and responsible action is taken for better environment, to better the environment, and the students and teachers both are empowered when we do the environmental education for sustainable development. And with this, I would like to close my topic saying that sustainable development needs to be embedded in all environmental education activities, so that the awareness leads to understanding, and understanding to action. Understanding to action is undisputed that the existence and sustenance of human being are because of the nature. If nature is destroyed because of the ambitious greed of one's interests, encroaching of interests like encroaching of forest lands or water bodies, disturbing of biodiversity or disturbing of environment and ecology, definitely it affects the existence and sustenance of the human being along with the other species also. So we should take care of the environment, and it is that itself will take care of the human beings. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. If you can please stop share your slides so that we can.
Okay, sure, madam. Sure. Okay.
This is a short, crisp, and educative presentation of yours, and you have given few tips of bringing environmental practices in the education. If you allow me, I would like to ask you a few questions.
Definitely.
Ma'am, as we are talking about the sustainable environmental practices, and that too in education system for students, so if you can guide us, if you can start any projects in school education,
definitely
that level, and in the higher education also for the level of college students.
Yeah.
Kind of projects should be there.
Yeah. Actually, I want to share with you one thing. When we were in school, it is, I'm speaking about 60s or 60s. When we were in school, we used to have even kitchen gardening as a project for the students. There we used to grow certain plants and all those things. That project used to be given, and which is nowadays is not there. Even in a small building, there will be a school. Even nowadays, we are finding schools without the playgrounds. But if that concept comes back, so that the project, the student has to if I have to be with the environment, there should be some practical education. And those projects have to start at the primary school level, so that those projects should be continued. Being agriculture university student, I know, because in agriculture university, every subject related to agriculture has practicals, and the students grow with be with the environment, and they learn how the production is there, and how the environment. But these things are not there in other universities or other colleges. That has to be there. And this from primary level till the university level, whether whichever may be the subject, there should be one general subject, that is environmental education for sustainable development.
So this is for higher education as well as school education.
Yes.
And I'm also, when we talk about disaster management, we have seen that many times it occurs that some natural calamity has come or something, but we don't have a kind of a team ready for that. So if we can start disaster management from the school level, so is there something happening onto this also? If you can educate?
Yes, this disaster management, again, I don't know whether, being agriculture university, we have two subjects for the PG students. One where they have to learn on their own about disaster management, but they have to give the exam for that. Okay. And some classes will also be conducted by one or the two teachers. It is not a regular, it is, means the exam will be there, but it is a satisfactory evaluation, satisfactory or unsatisfactory. It won't appear in your mark sheet.
Okay.
But there is a course on disaster management also in
Okay.
agriculture university, but that is not there. In foreign universities, it is there. For example, Netherlands, which is lower than the sea level. There, they teach the students, they have to compulsorily learn about swimming. They have to compulsorily learn about how they have to cope up the floods and all those things. Those have to be part of the education system, because nowadays these disasters are happening in all the countries because of the degradation of the environment, or some imbalances in the environment, and they have to be part of the education system. That is what I feel.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. And when you were not with us online,
Yeah.
I have asked a question on what is sustainable practices. So many of them have answered, and I have told that I will take their name. So with your permission, I want to take the name of
Sure, definitely,
Kirti
definitely.
Munjal ji.
Yeah.
According to him, sustainability can also refer to having practices wherein the resources are used in the way that they do not get depleted, rather
Depleted.
get renewed with time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you so much for your views, and many other views are coming, and people are appreciating whatever you have told to us, ma'am.
Thank
And
you.
they are saying that teachers need to integrate with these
Yeah.
things to get into a relevant kind of an education.
And only one response I want to give. See, since you are conducting so many webinars,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think once in a month you can call any environmentalist and ask them to speak about the environment protection, right from one aspect, like at school level how we can do, at
Mm.
college level how we can do, and what should be the curriculum for the school level. So at least at the school level, because the India is thinking of changing the education policy
Yes,
and
ma'am.
all. If this goes as a recommendation from the your forum, that there should be environmental education at the school level, I think that will be a best contribution from your forum, from your institute also,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you can think of.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah.
And also, we would like to ask you, that is not related to sustainable environment practices, but we have also heard that you are very good with oncology as well. So,
Oncology? No.
okay.
I'm good with ergonomics, not oncology.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
can you just elaborate onto that? What is that? We also want to educate ourselves onto the thing.
Ergonomics is in one small sentence, if layman's definition, if I can give you, ergonomics is the relationship between man, machine, and the environment. All
Okay.
the three. So
Yes.
you can apply it to the biggest industry or to the smallest unit, like your laptop, your environment, and you as a person. So what should be the relationship for healthy living? Okay, for example, if you have your mobile, you will be using it, holding it between your shoulder and ear when you are driving. Is
Okay.
it good, and how it affects your body, and
Yes.
what are the problems, especially the skeletal system, how it affects, what
Mhm.
are the pains and problems people are getting.
Okay.
All those things we will be speaking in ergonomics.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Yes,
for your time. And if possible, we will definitely organize a separate webinar on this ergonomy,
sure,
and we
sure,
want to
sure.
understand that. So with this, I would like to thank all my viewers, those who are watching us live on YouTube, and ma'am, for coming on our platform and giving us your valuable time and your valuable knowledge, sharing your
Thank
valuable knowledge with us. Namaskaram, and thank you so
Namaskar.
much.
Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. I am very much thankful to the institute.
Ji.
Okay. Can I leave now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.